Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, back with more Civilization Beyond Earth, where we are the People's African Union, and we are in a sort of diplomatic quagmire, because my opponents elected to sort of settle right near me. Right now, Ronaldo is guarded towards me, and he covets lands that I own. Humata, also covets lands that I own, but at least we have a trade route. But right now, I do have kind of an affinity advantage. Reginaldo, excuse me, is actually going for harmony, and Humanta has no affinity so far. So right now, I'm actually kind of, I don't want to say totally in the lead, but I am working my way up to supremacy. And I got to keep an eye on this dude right here of the Slavic Federation, Vadim Kozlov, because he has a tendency to snowball, at least from other test games that I've been playing as well. So right now, people on the other continent, I don't necessarily know. But at this point, I'm going for a supremacy win. And I was kind of thinking here, even though my trait or benefit is from positive health, it may be to my advantage a little more to try and throw some cities over on this continent to try and get some more petroleum resources, to try and get some other stuff. There's some decent city locations over here. 10 floatstone is actually amazing and could be worth me going over there, because as I was looking too, it's like I do have enough for Axite to get by, but that's 3, 6, 9, and potentially 12 from up here. There's actually only little bits of Firaxite that I can see, and if there's more, I'm not really finding it. Like you can, oh wow, actually this island is getting really crowded really fast. So if I'm going to be expanding, it's going to have to be over here. Meanwhile, it looks like the Slavic Federation is just content to settle up here and avoid the aliens that are crowding this area. So that's a little bit of a summary from where we had before. And right now, I do have the Eyes Only quest going. You can see here I am building another missile rover, but unfortunately, I can't necessarily see that I can tell offhand. Here we go. I have put a few turns into it. But, excuse the burp there, I'm going to build a spy agency. It's only going to take 7 turns. I'd like to do that first, and while we're here, let's just go ahead and set my tiles over here for production. See what we can do. Now, I did have some specialists locked as well, and I like having one set of specialists. Actually, the reason that I have so many specialists here is because these ocean tiles are not particularly workable. Not the best start I've ever seen. In fact, I've gotten many better starts since then, especially with the Debt Blue just trolling here. Maybe I should have shut them down entirely. I may still drop a city down here, although that is a lot of overlapping tiles. But still, these tubers are going to be workable, and I may need to build more workers. But I think the number one thing I need to do is to try and get some more trade routes in other areas. So this is going to be a little bit of an econ episode. I don't know why this wasn't set to production before. Maybe I should be. I don't know if I necessarily want to be growing the city, but it'll grow at a decent rate with production on as well. So we'll keep that there. I really like the energy from the geothermal. So we have over here Pharmalab, so that'll get my health up more than enough. And if we set this on production, it's actually going to take 5, or stagnation. So we want this to be food focused right now. I still have a worker improving some of these tiles, and I do have some Firaxite, or floatstone, excuse me. And yeah, so I have a little bit of resources. I don't have a ton of resources, and I'm currently trading out some of my Firaxite, or at least not that I'm actually trading it out. Thinking about some of the games that I have here. I do have robotics, and I can make a Firaxite mine once I get to it. So I'm going for power systems right now, then probably... Well, this is already queued up, isn't it? I do have robotics. It's been a little while since I played. I apologize. So we'll get down here. We'll get the Firaxite before long. But right now, I do have Brasilia up here to the north, getting a little cute. And I cannot buy Freeland and Citadella into war with each other. So they're a bunch of wusses. And for those of you who don't know, the trade route icon is up here, and I do have bonus trade routes for each of these, so I do need to actually prioritize buying some trade convoys. Unfortunately, this is going to be a land-based one, and maybe I should get a Seismic Repulsor as well, just to try and get that started, especially if somebody's going to be going harmony here. So I'm going to be trying to build some more cities. I also want to be getting some other resources here. I really need to get my science up in order as well, but the auto plant's going to come first. Maybe then a cryo nursery, although that's not awesome. And I don't think I have any workable marsh tiles. So one little annoying thing is that you can't necessarily see what tiles are pretty reliably. Like that's grassland, forest, grassland. You just gotta learn as you walk and see. But at least right now, these mountains proving to be a very nice deterrent. And I could just go up here and try and settle. That will piss him off so bad. But this whole line he can't get to. So I may need to get some air forces. But regardless, this organic growth quest decision, I'm not going to be reading these in subsequent Let's Plays, but I will read them here the first time around. The stewards of our cryo nursery are reporting a monumental discovery through the study of hybridization of indigenous fauna. Wow, that's a high vocabulary level for a video game of this type. We've managed to create a bioorganic mesh which mimics their cellular division. Integrating the mesh into our production would speed things along tremendously, and unfortunately it takes a rather long time to create, so there's only so much to go around. We'll have to decide how best to distribute it. So we can put +5 production of military units or +1 production. I kind of prefer +1 production because that's good for everything. And I'm going to be peacemongering eventually, so let's see. I also got to make sure that I stay good with my actual exploration routes here. Right now, this could be some wildlands. I don't really... Like, there is a little bit of xenomass here, and that drone technically can wreck me. I don't really want that. So I can't actually work the float stone yet. So this is another farm. This is a forest grasslands hill. Probably good enough for another farm at this point. Maybe I should buy some tiles to get this algae, because I feel like I'm going to need some of that before long. But let's see, how much is that? 75 and, whoa, 150 for all that. That's a lot for an algae. We'll see if we naturally expand over there. Don't really like it. But I feel like I should get rid of one of these to build one more farm, because the city does need to grow. So we do have a crashed satellite that we do need to explore, and that is from last time. This was the, hey, why did this just crash here? Of course, do I have an explorer nearby? No, didn't I buy one last turn? Maybe I meant to, and I didn't, so we have one there now. Apparently that's not an explorer. How dare you? Let's go ahead and actually buy one of these tubers. That's a better tile to purchase. And maybe we'll naturally expand up there. I know I said I was going to get Firaxite, but we'll wait one more turn. Like I said, I'm totally expecting Brasilia to come after me in just a moment. So we do have some depth of field blurring as well. And, uh-oh, KP Explorer. This is where I should probably spam out a city right here just to take control of the map.
Such as navigation in a spaceship approaching light speed.
Approaching light speed. And that's one thing that's really interesting to me in this game, is that they actually did not use faster than light travel to get here. And that creates some interesting questions of how they got here and what time is relative to... we'll just save that for there. How time works in terms of relativity to back to Earth, because it took them about 400 years to get here. Let's see here. That's not Misma, so I can just build a farm. Probably best to build a farm. Where's your farm tile? Let's go ahead and choppity chop first. So we do have a trade convoy that I purchased. Do we go interior trade or exterior trade? Thabo, we can get a little bit of extra production here. Freeland will give us some science. I think science is good, but I'm going to be going after Freeland before long. So we'll go this way. Like I said, I need some Mismic repulsors and stuff too. Nice thing about Supremacy Level 3, which I'll be getting really soon, is that I actually don't have to worry about things like road cost. So another thing that I can start doing is to build a bit of road between my cities. So that's what I'm going to start to do with this worker, because I'm going to need to reinforce fast here. So I'm still trading with Adept Blue, but I'm going to settle. I think the first place I'm going to settle is down here, because I want to get the titanium, the petroleum, and really just have another coastal trade city. So because internal trade routes are as good as people say on the forums. They can really blow the game open for you. So I want to put down 1 or 2 more, maybe even 3 more cities. And I'm going to be focusing on expanding over here, and maybe to the north as well. Of course, there's no progenitor ruin being taken right now, but once again, Citadella, not really a threat at this point. And I'm only able to move 1 tile because of zone of control, even though I'm on the water and these guys can't embark. Game mechanics, that's how it goes. So it's interesting that we have a bunch of little tiny islands over here. Maybe there's some more ruins I can get, and this explorer should have all of his expeditions too. I did not elect to get a 3rd. A decision I might regret is I can build another farm here. And is that probably better to do? Yeah, probably better to do that first. Didn't even think about it. Well, Yeah, let's just suck it up and do it now. Actually, the Reslin's unimproved too, isn't it? Whoops. Alright, so we'll have to figure that out. As we have combat rovers, and what are you guys doing? You all are just wandering around like you own the place. Now, I don't know if I have a lot of graphs for things like demographics, military might from player to player here. I mean, I can look at my individual military overview. But there is an Info Attic mod for Beyond Earth that is available that I will be playing with next time. But I'm really trying to see if I can get a win on this difficulty without having mods. So at least I can get the achievement. Now the question is, do I want to keep doing production in Thavo, or do I want to start going for resources? That's 9 science and energy. That's a lot. I mean, production is great. Don't get me wrong. But I think we gotta start getting some tech. We don't have our tech really online very well. So, Vital Frontier, a scientist working in our vivarium, has made a profound discovery. The exocyte cultures that she developed have unique reactions to fish tissue from Earth organisms, and she claims they can be used to make Earth-alien hybrids. Her colleagues condemn her work, of course, as dangerous and unethical, meddling in alien biology before we fully understand the consequences, and they're threatening to shut the project down. So, continue research or shut it down. I want to continue the research. Science from vivariums is good. I'm not going to double down on food production from that. So I do have an upgrade available. That's interesting. When did I... Maybe it's because I hadn't made a gunner ranger previously. So now I do have one. And do we go with health while not embarked? No, I like 30% when defending against range. That's pretty much cover too. So these gunners are good. These gunners have a lot more strength than rangers. And they have perks. So while it's possible that Brasilia has some of these too, I pretty much need to get my shit in gear, because I do think pushing here would be very nice. Freeland has a lot more defense. I don't have a lot in terms of building defense for myself, but I'm starting to... I think maybe some wars could be in order here, because he's just roving around a lot of these units, but I don't think he's strong enough to take me out. Famous last words. And you're happy about your trade. That's good. So like I said, there's geothermal right here. I may want to go ahead and buy that tile too. Well, wait, can I buy that tile? We're at 2707. I can buy it. And I will buy it. As much as the chitin would be good to buy too for 75. Yeah, because I'm not going to be expanding into the desert for a while. And that canyon will be one of the last tiles we bought. But yeah, that's more place for my workers to go. And now I'm probably going to get a message from Brasilia saying, no, don't you do that to my lands. To which I say, shut up. That was like the least clever response I could possibly give. Regardless, alright, so you guys are going. Combat Rover, Auto Plant Network. Network's good because it benefits from copper. And is that copper being worked? It should have a mine, and it does. Megan or Megan. Spy Agency, Missile Rover. And I want the Missile Rovers because I want to attack cities. And this is kind of your first one to do it. But the Spy Agency is going to be way more important. And then maybe after all of these, after all of this stuff. Notice I'm not getting a ultrasonic fence or anything. But I think after that, it's going to be Colonist time. Maybe even ×2. Because Megan is a large city, but isn't large enough. So is this a alien-infested area? Right now, aliens will attack me. Trade vessel spam is still a thing. So let's see here. Previous route. 6 science, 13. There's got to be better routes here. Carbost is good. 9 production and 1 tile. I think I need to have some balance of internal and external trade routes. Like I have 1 of 2. Why do we not have 2? I can't purchase another one. I guess we're gonna... I don't really want a hard build when I'm making 54, so if we purchase for a trade vessel, it'll be in a few turns. We'll save our energy for that next. Right, so this was supposed to be a farm, although I have other better workable tiles. Okay, so Brasilia, what are you doing? That's 1, 2, 3, 4 units near here. No, and then we have Australia. Are they going to combine forces against me? That would be sad. Okay, so we have a few more things here. We do have another combat rover. Let's go ahead and put it to the front. I did want this to be defensible. Let's see if we can talk to you. Greetings.
Good to see you again.
And...
let's talk straight.
Can you pay me... well, yeah, let's talk straight. I want you to fight Brasilia.
What's ours is yours. For a price.
Okay, dickhead. I will not give you open borders. That's actually not a terrible price for war. I'll give you 7 energy for... Oh, not 50. 7 energy per turn, 7 energy. 5 petroleum, because I don't need the petroleum right now.
That's spot on.
Oh, that's nice. I love how he sounds so Australian. And his interview and like sort of the backstory stuff, which I'll make some videos about, are very Australian. He's like, beer, beer, beer. But look, war. I think this is actually the first war declaration in the game. So let's see here. And we get Sky Mine Chapter 2. Wow, okay. Our excavation of the impact crater has yielded new deposits of exotic materials, many of which are exceedingly rare on this planet. Not only that, but the asteroid appears to have exploded on impact, scattering even more minerals throughout the region. It would seem our gamble has paid off. Alright, so wow, 25 production in all cities? Jesus Christ. I guess that's only for this turn. It's a shame I don't have more cities. It's a lot. It's interesting how all the background turn stuff is happening. But 14 points towards there, and for your eyes only because I completed the spy agency. And wreckage of a crashed satellite, some kind of is relatively intact or flown from orbit, resulting in a useful scrap materials to give your city a boost of 80 production, and we're at level 3.
Someone saying there has to be a better way to do this.
The Themos, the Zillion 5 prologue to Techni. Not sure what that's supposed to mean, but roads don't cost energy, and we have upgrades available. Let's look at the upgrades first. Combat Rover. Oh my god, just in time. This is hilarious. Combat Rover right now, movement 3, strength 12. Then what can we get here? We can get 20% while flanking, or just 30% while attacking fortified units. I like flanking bonuses when I can get them, especially for units as mobile as this. And we're going to be going for the profit anyway, and we want these guys to be flanking and next to each other, so that actually bootstraps quite nicely what we'll be doing next. We have to get to Purity 8 for that first. So I think Gunboat is going to be... Oh, it's not our next one. So Ranger. And then Tashet? No. Although we do need to get some things up. So what's my next upgrade? 4. Artillery for Missile Rover. We may actually get that next turn. Because right now if we look at Diplomacy, I'm on 3 Supremacy. And this is where playing on a lower difficulty can get a little laughable, perhaps. Let's see. We'll do plus 2% health, I guess. For the homebound thing. But I want to go ahead and search these different people, see what I can find out about them. And who seems like a good tech leader? I want to find out what Carbost is up to. And we got to go somewhere across the way. So let's go to Mandira. Alright, so these guys are going to go over there. And spying is so good in this game. It really is. This is kind of a wilderness area, I think. Oh, who's settling up here? Brasilia is making a beeline for something. Wow, that is really far away from the rest of your cities. Okay, well, you know what? You can go ahead and do that. You can do that. Alright, so unit needs orders. Do we have anything else to explore over here? Does not look to be the case, so let's go and move you up here. Well, he has 4 expedition modules, so that's good. So chapters complete. Crash satellite gives 25 production for everybody. Auto plant in 8 turns. Auto plant in 2 turns. Don't forget, auto plants give an extra trade route. But I'm saving my pennies for buying a resource that I said I'd buy that I'm now forgetting what it's going to be. Or a trade route. And here's your battles. I do have combat animations on for now. It's not going to be a permanent thing, but I won't be too mad if Freeland gets overtaken. Because right now Brasilia has their melee combat strength.
The necessity of an artificial power source is a myth. An ecosystem powers itself. When humanity learns to live in harmony with its surroundings, we will reap the same benefits of power.
Interesting, Doming, especially when this gets us energy from geothermal and +1 production from quarry. So it's a pretty solid tech. But I actually am not quite. 2 more points for... I was really hoping to get another affinity boost here. So unfortunately... And there's also a mod you can download that'll make this all a little bit clearer. But I gotta start thinking about my tech choices. I guess I could go for tactical robots. Oh, you know what? Tactical robots is going to be really nice for starting a war. It means I'll need to get Firaxite very soon. But what that means essentially is I don't have any Firaxite. I have to remind myself what game this is. I kind of want to fight this guy. That's a lot of bugs. I hope that's not near an alien nest. What's Firaxite is in my borders that I can readily improve? I can get this one. So let's do that. Let's move you down here. The reason I want Firaxite is that if I can get these guys online and get a war started ASAP, pretty sure that if I would look at my upgrades one more time, Cinder is your upgraded soldier, right? Nope. That's not correct. That is not correct. You know what? We have the Civilopedia for this, so let's find out. It's not called the Civilopedia for nothing. Cinder. Supremacy unique unit, a limited but reliable robotic drone soldier. Simple, 32 combat strength. This will overrun those friggin' everybody. So we'll be making lots of Cinders before long here. And I believe, what was it? Each one of them cost 1 Firaxite? Yeah. Required resources. Just 1. So we need to get this worker down here, and we actually need to get... Oh, you just finished those. Great. Let's go ahead and get you down to here. Should be able to get that in time. Tactical robots, like I said, that will snowball pretty nicely. Unfortunately, I can't auto-build these things, but I may be able to purchase some. So, Combat Rover, you go over here. Unfortunately, I can't go much further than that because I already moved. Missile Rover, also good. Said if I had more cities, I'd probably be in better shape, but this is also first game I've played. And I've learned a few things since then, but there's some nice explosions. There is Australia getting obliterated. And it's great. It's like the cities over here. It's like the 2 weakest people, but they still fire away. Now, these are not melee units or anything, so I'm going to have to deal with some of the range things. But I do think I want to go after Citadel first, because if you let these guys get strong, they can really start to cause some pain. Alright, so how long for Firaxite? 9 turns. That's good. We have another trade convoy. Let's keep these trades internal. Megan, that's really nice. Freeland and San Andreo, that's not good. Yeah, getting another city over here will let me get some trade value. So that's a plus. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to sit you over here. I kind of want to poke my head over and see what the war looks like. Doesn't appear to be near an alien nest here. Well, if I'm going for domination, all I really need to do is take control of the capitals. I kind of want to take over both. Like I said, it's very much a war push at this point. So yeah, let's work together. And it's actually going to be time for me to stop this episode here in just a little bit. But I do think that I want to see just a little bit more of this war. And we're going to continue this one more time here just to see what goes on next. And I really should invest in some kind of external timer. But I'll give it another turn or two. It's okay if this one goes a little bit long. I feel like we're ramping up to level 4 supremacy, which I hope there's mods out there that'll eventually kind of adjust the gameplay to, when you make tile improvements, build nodes and things like that. It gives you a few levels in supremacy. It makes you work that way. But let's see here. 2 colonists. I think the colonists are going to be a little... One of the colonists is going to be more important than the miasmic repulsor. So let's do that first. We'll pop out one of those, we'll pop out one of those. And we may have to save the second colonist for a little later because tactical robots may be close to ready by that point, and that's okay. So let's make sure we're getting out the colonists as fast as possible. Yeah, it doesn't change anything. Alright, Rover. Red Rover, bring your destruction on over. And go ahead and explore. Oh! Ooh, please tell me that Siege Worm ate Brazilian colonists. That would be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. And I'm really surprised at how little effect the aliens have had on me at this point, considering I don't have fences up. I'm not respecting the alien menace. By the way, getting rid of Freeland would be great, because I would love to get some cities down here too. Health be damned. I can fix my health a little bit later. Actually, my health should be going up here in just a few. If I didn't have so many petroleum wells, my health would be neutral right now. And wait, I'm losing health from specialist. That's right. So, what do we got here? Right now I have armor. And we have different agents. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you a little bit of the covert ops, and then we're going to go ahead and call this an episode on this turn. So when you get your covert ops up, you can leave people at home, and for each agent I will be increasing my health, but I'm not doing that right now. That's only if they're at headquarters. No, what I want to do here is establish a network, which is part of the Your Eyes Only quest. And it is possible to fail establishing a network, but that's the first thing to do, let you see kind of what's going on at your capitals. But yeah, supposed to be the easiest of this, but we'll find out, because eventually you can do other missions, and unfortunately I can't change the mission now, so I did a terrible job of showing it to you. Wow, are you seriously... Okay, that's an internal trade. I was about to say, you're not seriously trading through battle lines. That's not very smart. But what other orders do I have at this point? We have... We want to avoid our friendly neighborhood siege worm. That's one. That's a lot of floatstone up there. We do want to go ahead and improve... Let's focus on the chitin. Well, let's see here. 1 science or 1 production. Let's get the chitin first. And what other unit needs orders? Let's go ahead, and this is going to take a little longer, but 12 turns, so it syncs up nicely enough. And is this in Miasma? No, so I don't need to actually move this worker. Still not great at babysitting, but we do have 1 armor here. And if I were to attack you, it's not even... Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping it would tell me what the combat strength would be like, but it's not, so... Yeah, oh my god, 46 combat. That's good. That's good. We'll go ahead and leave you on 4 to 5 for now. So this is Way to Fail with more Civilization Beyond Earth. Next time it's going to be a Cinder Party. But I hope you enjoyed it. That's it for now. If you like what you saw, feel free to like the video or subscribe. Feel free to leave your own comments or feedback in the video, especially about games that you're playing. So take care. See you next time.